Bitcoin is having a very good reaction right here. We are in the perfect timing frame of a low in the Bitcoin price. Stablecoin dominance is looking very, very interesting. China is banning crypto again. And we have some drama going on with Trump and Elon. Guys, I will explain exactly what this is all about. But before we are going to dive into the price action of today, let's have a look at the video that I've shared couple of days ago. So what could that mean? For example, well, if we have a look at the momentum indicator, this one comes down a little bit again, while the price does something like this into the real date of the 60-day cycle low, right? So we have somewhat of a double bottom right here. Maybe the second low will slightly be lower, maybe a little bit of a capitulation event, while we have a higher low on the momentum indicator. That is a bullish divergence finishing this correction right here, and then we can just continue higher. This would align with what I've been saying, that the Bitcoin is going to form another low into the 60-day cycle low with a higher low on the momentum indicator. This chart would basically do the opposite, so it would do something like this. So when we break out to the upside, Bitcoin get a little bit more of a correction. We create a higher high in the chart, but in the momentum indicator, we create a lower high, leaving us with a bearish divergence, which is showing us that most likely is the end of this move. So that scenario, guys, that we have been mentioning already since a couple of days has exactly been playing out. We've been talking about this capitulation event, this mini capitulation event occurring. We did saw that mini capitulation event yesterday, and do you think it is a coincidence that it exactly happened on day 60 from the 60-day cycle? Well, I can tell you already right now, it is not a coincidence. So this scared a lot of people. It scared enough people, especially with the news that Trump and Elon is having a fight, and especially that China is banning crypto in 2025 again. Guys, I can tell you, the amount of times that I've heard China is banning crypto, it is insane. They are banning crypto all the time, and I don't know why, guys, but they always ban crypto at the moment we are in a capitulation event. Guys, we are being manipulated on a grand scale. This is something that every single one of you has to realize. So for example, these 60-day cycles, right? This is a rhythm that is going on in the market. That is a rhythm of prices go up and prices go down. The elites, they know exactly about these rhythms too. And what they are doing is, because they cannot change the rhythm, they will try to exaggerate the rhythm. So when the time is coming for the price to come up, they will hype everything up with bullish news to make the price even go higher, right? And when the price comes down, they will put more and more bearish news for the price to even get lower. So what they are basically doing is they are taking advantage of the natural cyclical behavior of the markets by trying to exaggerate it at points of extreme. So it is so weird, guys. It is a coordinated attack that always at these capitulation events, we have Trump and Elon Musk having a fight. We have China banning crypto. Why is it not happening when we are going up? There is a very clear reason for that. But yeah, anyway, guys, I think any one of you should know this by now. We are being manipulated. Nevertheless, the markets can only be manipulated to a certain extent. This is well known from William Delbert Gann as well. He also says the markets are manipulated, but they can only be manipulated to a certain extent because the markets are in the natural laws. They have to abide by natural laws, and one of the natural laws is the law of cause and effect, the law of rhythm. So yes, you can only exaggerate this price action till a certain point. Now let's go to the things that I've said, guys. It looks like we did form that lower low right here in the price. At least we do have that lower low in the price. And it looks like we are going to form a higher low in the momentum indicator on the 4-hour time frame, showing that this is a 4-hour bullish divergence. Most likely, guys, ending the correction right here. I believe right now, personally, the correction has been ended. We have seen the 60-day cycle low, although I cannot be sure yet, and I'm going to tell you exactly why, because it is always possible that we are still going to go lower, maybe even do something like this to have a late 60-day cycle low, I think it's unlikely, just to make sure, guys, but it is still possible. And I'm going to give you the exact confirmation signal of when this low is in as well. But when we go to the stablecoin dominance, guys, and this is something that I've said as well, we are going to get that one last push to the upside, and that will be an extreme with a wick, as you can see right here. That will be a higher high, while in the momentum indicator we are doing that lower high. Basically shows us that we have a bearish divergence, that this trend from this small uptrend right here, this counter trend from this big downtrend, is ending, and that this one can go back to the downside, and that will mean Bitcoin to go back up. This is all perfectly playing out, guys. Really, really perfect price action. A little bit too perfect, because it is just going, it is just dancing exactly on the time that we are following, right? So yeah, just the news, guys. To be honest, guys, I wouldn't take this news too seriously. Also not with Trump and Elon, because the one thing that we do know is that we are being played for sure. We are being played, and how we are being played exactly is very difficult, because it's just a very small group of people who know that. The thing that you just need to know is that you're being played. And this is also what I've learned in my life. If you look at evil, and this is the interesting part, guys, evil always needs your approval to be there in your personal life, right? So what the devil can do, for example, is it can try to deceive you to, for example, drink alcohol or do something that is harming your body, but it will never hold you and put that poison in your body, because that is, again, a natural law that is not working. You cannot do that in the universal laws. You cannot force somebody to hold him and then pour, for example, poison in him. You have to deceive. Evil works like this. They have to deceive you into believing that you need that poison, and then you, with your free will, make the choice to drink that poison. So then eventually it is you making that decision, and that's the only way how evil can exist. And it does not directly, this has nothing to do directly with Trump and Elon's fight. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say is that you have to be aware of all the things that are happening in your life, because if evil things are happening in your life, if there is drama in your life, if there is unrest, if there is conflict in your life, then most of the time you are participating in that conflict, and that is because you don't understand the real truth behind it. Because if you understand the real truth behind it, you can see the lies and deceive, and that you are being deceived, and you can change your behavior and then steer into a different direction, and do not have that conflict, do not have that harming your body, and so forth and so forth. But it always needs your approval, it always needs your free will to make a decision into doing that. And that is basically what I've learned how evil works. And yeah, guys, very important. But that's also with this manipulation, right? The moment you can see through it, the moment you recognize it, that is the moment that you will not be caught up in the effects that much. Okay, so what is going on next, right? I told you I'm going to give you the confirmation sign. Well, the confirmation is actually pretty simple. That is the 10-day moving average. So normally, guys, what we want to see is after the timing frame of the 60-day cycle, and right now we are on day 60, so we are at the end of the timing. Basically, we are going to look to start a new 60-day cycle. And guys, the previous start of the previous 60-day cycle was really great right here. It was a really great start, really bullish. So I'm expecting a lot of bullishness right now as well. This is actually the correction that we have seen so far, guys. I have to be honest, is really bullish. Many people are turning bearish again, saying, I even see people with a post online saying that the bull market is over again. We just had a massive rally. We just have a very small correction. It's the most healthy correction you can have in a perfect timing frame, the 60-day cycle low, and so forth and so forth. We have Trump and Elon fighting. We have China banning crypto again, which it did like 20 times in 2017. And we just corrected 10% after a 50% rally. Guys, you have to ignore the noise, ignore the news, ignore the noise. Because if you are going to look at the news, you are going to be very much emotionally invested, and your emotions are going to go from left to right. You're trying to rationalize all the price action with the news, while you cannot rationalize it with the news because the news is following the price action. That's what I'm trying to say. They are exaggerating in order to manipulate the price action to a further extent, but it is following the price action. So don't try to explain the price action with the news, because the news is the effect, the price action is the cause. So if you just focus on the effects, you will be confused, you will make the wrong decisions, and you will too often be emotionally involved, which again will make you make the wrong decisions, right? Of course, if this, for example, comes here and then we have a very clear rejection from these levels, and we go lower and we break below the 20-week moving average, the 21 weekly EMA, of course, we can change perspective. But so far with what I'm seeing right now, this is just very healthy, bullish, good price action, perfectly in the 4-year cycle, perfectly in the 60-day cycle. Everything is still pretty perfect, guys. The only thing that's really shitty is that altcoins haven't cashed up yet. But anyway, that can happen very fast, because the season of altcoins sometimes is just 1 or 2 months, and they go insane. There is so much altcoin capitulation right now, and I can talk about this forever. I'm gonna do that in another video, otherwise this one becoming too long. But to confirm, guys, the 60-day cycle low is to break above the 10-day moving average, which is the yellow line right now, which is at, let's say, $105,000. So if we break above $105,000, hopefully get a daily close above it. So that's something that we have seen right here as well. This was a 60-day cycle low, then we broke above the 10-day moving average, you see, and the moment we broke above that, we actually confirmed the 60-day cycle low. So here you can see as well, we broke here above the 10-day moving average and here above the 10-day moving average as well. Why is that not important? Well, that is not in that cycle time frame of the 60-day cycle low. So this is probably day 30, that is probably day 40, day 50, and this is day 60. So when it is day 60, that time has to pass by, because the swings, markets are cyclical in nature, so the swing has to pass by time. And when the swing has passed by time, we can see the start of the manifestation in the price chart. And when we are seeing the manifestation above the 10-day moving average, then the chances of that swing low being in by the 60-day cycle is just very high. It's not 100% because there are no guarantees in the markets, but it's very, very high. So that is what I'm looking for right here. And that's also why I'm saying I think this is the low and we can go up from here. And I do believe that that's the case, because everything is lining up perfect, but I do not have a confirmation yet. So then markets can still do crazy things. Confirmation is above the 10-day moving average to break. Yeah, guys, this was it actually for today's video. So this is the things that I'm watching. I'm remaining bullish, and so far this price action, we have been nailing this price action because we have been calling this low, we have been anticipating this low, we have been following this trend up until the highs right here, guys. Here was the first time that I started to make videos about a correction. And yesterday we even make a video that we are going to get a liquidation event in 24 hours. Of course, I cannot know that for sure, but it's pretty crazy that it actually happened as well. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to support the channel, make sure to trade on one of these exchanges that I'm recommending down below this video. You will get a extra bonus for signing up on one of these platforms. Then if you like this video, leave a thumbs up, very much appreciated. If you are new, make sure to subscribe. I wish you all a beautiful day, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.